Welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick, Andrew
Well, I'm going to get paid for a quarter this
One
show.
quarter of the show. There
That's
you
the
go.
important quarter.
That's right.
Finish and kick.
Finish and kick. And we need to hit a home run here.
Right.
We have a picture here of Miss Ginger Majors, Mark Majors' beautiful wife from Melville, Louisiana, Med Express folks. Brother Majors' son and daughter-in-law. That's her father-in-law, Mr. And she says he's doing well. Had a little medical problem sometimes back, but he's doing well again. Good news. And Ginger had taken Miss Mary Saunier. She's a deaf lady from the Port Barre area, along with her three kids, Jacob, Clarissa, and Diamond, for lunch over at the Palace Cafe this past Saturday. And she, of course, was married. Her husband, and I'm talking about Mary Saunier now, her husband died from a lawnmower accident. Actually, it was a fire developed, and he got burned real bad and died sometimes later.
Husband was Clarence.
And her husband's name was Clarence, and they were both deaf.
Really?
Right, and you should have seen Ginger doing the sign language. I mean, she is good at it and does it at their church. And so, well, yours truly, I said, I got to pick up this tab, so I paid for the meal.
I bet your hands were moving too, but it wasn't sign language. When you talk, you like me. You got the.
You know who I saw last night talking with his hands like that is the professor from UL that does the Liberty Theater.
Oh yeah. It's going to come to me. It's
yep. I know it just as well.
You go ahead, and I'll figure it
Anyhow,
out.
I watched that that movie on LPB last night.
Ancelet.
Ancelet.
What's his first name? It's going to come to me.
Okay.
Barry
Ancelet.
Got it.
And I'll tell you, he had those French hands working while he was doing some talking. By the way, I had the name of it down, something, a movie. And Against the Tide. Here it is, Louisiana Public Broadcasting. It was edited by Mr. Pat Meir. Pat Meir was the developer of the movie Dirty Rice, of which we invested in some years ago. And the movie is really, really good. And the producer of this show, according to what I was jotting notes down, was none other than Mr. Zachary Richard, the excellent musician. And now he's gotten more into the study of the Cajun folks from the time that they were living up in Nova Scotia down through the expulsion and everything else that took place. And it says that World War II, the Cajuns they almost hesitated bringing them into the Army because they couldn't speak
the language barrier.
There was a language barrier. As it turned out, a lot of them got sent to the war in France, and they end up being very important interpreters.
And Cajun French is very similar to the rural French in France.
That's
not Parisian
correct.
French, but the rural
Then
French.
when they came back from the war, the Cajuns became popular as musicians and accepted throughout North America, and it created the culture that we use to make a living down here. Tourism is a big portion of our income. And then they spoke about the immersion program and what it's done for the schools, and they're trying to promote that program. And let's see.
That was the Palace.
That was the Palace Cafe. And then, of course, Mr. Laurie Sashry came in. We had a long visit with him. And Mr. Laurie, good morning to you from Church Point, 91 years old, still driving. And he believes in that. I don't know if it's a nephew or cousin, but he believes in Robert Cook with Sterling Automotive Group. You bet. And he's driving a Buick.
I'm going to sneak in some sponsors right here because I'm going to run out of time otherwise. Dixie Storage, all your storage needs, locations throughout St. Landry Parish. They can help you with personal storage, commercial storage, climate control, little units, huge units. You need a whole warehouse. They've got that. They've got easy access on their loading docks that trucks can back right up into. They've got railroad spur access. They've got Dixie One Trucking that can handle inventory control for you. If you're a trucker, they can finish doing your deliveries for you. They've got their sister company, A Plus Glass, with locations in Lafayette and Annapolis, that does personal and commercial glass, your cars. They do inspections as well. And McCormick Hall and Event Center in Port Barre for your next big event with a full-blown kitchen, handles 300 to 400 people, plenty of parking. Give them a call. And we've got Carl's Thrifty Way. If you're looking for medicine, Carl's Thrifty Way can help you out. They've got prescription medications. They've got over-the-counter type medications. They can compound multiple prescriptions for you to make them easier for you to take. Great large gift shop. They do monogramming. They do gift wrapping as well. All there at Carl's Thrifty Way here in Opelousas. And one more sponsor, Casa Ole.
Yep.
You can go and have some good Mexican, Spanish-style food right there at Casa Ole. If you want to see their website, it's casaoleofacadiana.com, right here off the I-49 North Service Road. They've got happy hours Tuesdays through Thursdays from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monster Margarita Mondays, where the margaritas are $2 a piece. You can also pick up all your food and beverages. They seal them up for you to go through the to-go window. So go by, and don't forget, every so often they even have our show done over there. What's our Swamp and Roll?
Todd Ortigo.
About every other week they have it a show with bands there. So go by.
Wednesday nights.
Wednesday nights.
Wednesday nights. And let's see, we have a couple more pictures.
Yeah, let's go
we
to
need
some more.
to show
We got this
here.
one right here.
We have this one. The young lady in the white with the white shirt is Miss Becky Prejean. She's the executive director of Dreams Come True of Louisiana. It's not connected to any other.
It's an independent group.
Independent group, but housed here in, actually she lives in Prairieville, Louisiana. And sitting next to her is, I'll get it out in a minute, Brenda Harmon. Mm-hmm. And Brenda Harmon lives on Megan Drive. She says on the street, the subdivision that you developed, Bobby, and then she works with the LHC group, and
right.
She finished school with Kelly from Opelousas Catholic, local girl. And then, of course, the young man is Kevin Fuselier. Mm-hmm. He lives on Megan Drive also.
He's the man that's got the Bellevue Vet Clinic over here.
Vet Hospital.
Vet Hospital. That's
Hospital.
right. That's right.
And Becky Prejean was discussing the scope of Dreams Come True, and they try to locate youngsters who are having health problems, ages 3 to 18, if my memory serves me right, and reading over this brochure here. And very, very touching I guess, service that they provide for someone that might...
A child who's terminally ill is what they try to help. Yeah.
Right, right. So I enjoyed visiting. And all of this took place, met them at Cafe Josephine in downtown Sunset, Louisiana, yesterday, Tuesday.
How about this photo from last weekend at Our Lady of the Oaks Retreat House in Grand Coteau? Jim Lopez and the second Opelousas group, you and I go in the springtime, and they go in the late summer, all went down Our Lady of the Oaks. I think they had 51 retreatants. Miss Jan was the retreat director for them that weekend. I see Jimmy Dozat, the guy who runs Our Lady of the Oaks now, posing there in the picture. I want to congratulate them for having a great weekend. And Jim Lopez, you keep it up.
When I went to visit Mike Howard and his family at the wake, Jimmy and his wife, Cindy, I think is her name, came in, and they were visiting. Their neighbors lived near each other right out of Sunset. And also there was Chuck Woods, who is the
manager
of Delta Media, at least the sales. Is he manager of the whole operation?
I think it was the whole thing.
The whole operation, okay. And his lovely wife, Janet, who was a Richard, Sylvan Richard's daughter. And Sylvan, of course, hails from Port Barre. And she might be retired. I think we talked about her maybe retiring sometimes
You read about her in the paper.
Read about it in the newspaper. That's correct.
And I got this photo right here. Last weekend, they had an ordination for a bunch of the different deacons around our diocese, and I think only half of them, because they got like 26 that were ordained. But on the left there is Deacon Dwayne Jobert from here in Opelousas, who was made a deacon, and there with Father James Brady from over at St. Landry Catholic Church. Want to congratulate him, and also Charles Richard, who's made a deacon over at Holy Ghost Catholic Church here in town, Jerry Weibel, who's with Our Lady of Mercy, and Bill Polang over with Our Lady Queen of Angels. So we had quite a few deacons all from here in our city. Congratulations to all of them. And I'm going to show one or two quick photos. I went out of town last weekend. This is the shrine in Huntsville, Alabama. If you ever get a chance to go, beautiful thing. You see it a lot on EWTN on television. Great, beautiful place. And I also went to a Trappist monastery in Conyers, Georgia, and that's the outside. All these old monks made this beautiful church using wheelbarrows and mules when they built that church.
That's how America was developed.
That's how it was built.
It wasn't just the monks, no.
That's right. Everybody had to do it that way.
Everybody had to do it that way.
Beautiful old church, but anyway,
But it's a good little side story.
That's all the photos we got.
No, is it?
Yeah,
No. We have a gentleman. We have Mr. Ernest Dornell sitting in front of the
We do, golly. We got two
Downs.
Evangeline Downs. We have this picture,
Okay.
which was Miss
Rosa Lachelet from Brobridge, Louisiana. I helped her get out. She uses a little walker, just a little assistance. She's pretty tough. She's still strong. And she said she had enjoyed her night. Didn't make a lot of money, but didn't lose a lot either. And she was quick to tell me, she says, my son owns L&L Tire Service in Brobridge.
There you go.
Good morning to you and good morning to your son, and hope that business is going well for them.
And one more.
And then we also found this man just kind of sitting back, relaxing in front of the Evangeline Downs Hotel. And he is Mr. Ernest Dornell. I said, you retired? He said, oh, no. He said, I work for Superior Energy Offshore. And of course, Superior Energy has a big office in Broussard, Louisiana. His grandson was getting married, and the family and friends were using Evangeline Downs Hotel as their central meeting. And maybe the wedding reception was maybe in the event center. That's being used more and more for parties like that.
Right.
And we want to thank everybody that is using, and if you have anybody coming in to Opelousas, please recommend the beautiful Evangeline Downs Hotel as the site for your friends. And there's 24-hour-a-day restaurant there,
Plenty
and that's
of parking,
nice, and plenty of
and
good
entertainment.
And entertainment.
From horses and gaming.
That's correct.
We've also got the Zydeco festivals coming up. Don't forget, the breakfast is going to be Saturday, September the, they give me two dates here. Is that the 1st? It must be. I think they got the wrong date on my flag. They do. The 1st is when it is Saturday, the breakfast at the Courthouse Square, 8:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. is free to the public. Come on underneath the oak trees. And then the festival itself is in Plaisance at the Zydeco Festival grounds. All day Saturday, all day Sunday. More Zydeco on Saturday, more country style on Sunday. Go by, or you can call 942-2392.
Okay, and this will be taking place this Sunday at 5 p.m. at Cochon's. That's the new restaurant in Lafayette, Louisiana on Camellia. And Coterfield is aiming to raise $100,000 through this event.
No kidding.
And it looks like I need to get my prayer book out. And of course, we want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch the program or listen to the program, whatever fits your needs best, your abilities best. And those of you on the computers, welcome around the world. And we want you to give us any ideas of what we can do, or if you need an important message announced, we'd be happy to consider it.
Email us at that address down at the bottom of your screen, BobbyDupre@kdcg.com.
That's correct. And we like to close the program each and every week asking you to consider attending the church of your choice. And we leave you with a little prayer. Heavenly Father, firm as a rock is your faithfulness among the waters of my infidelity and my weakness. You are my strength in life and in death. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for telling a friend. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
You're watching KDCG TV.